Thank you very much, Gene, for having me. I feel kind of ridiculous to be in such esteemed company, but I'm really happy to be here. I'm really honored to be here. As a grunt from a brigade of pipsqueak oaky hicks, kids from an ocean miles and miles west of Oxford and Vicksburg, who are nonetheless in debt to Barry Hannah's conviction and permission, I first want to thank Gene for inviting me and thank all the ridiculously cool people who have gathered here to pay respects by pouring a few sentences on New England. I never met Barry Hannah, but there's a video of him as a guest in a classroom asking a few people where they were from. He talked about homes. I first read Airships when I was growing up in Northern California, in a town named optimistically by the Spanish as Oroville, Gold Town, now known for meth, almond groves full of meth labs, tribal casinos, and the world's second largest earth-filled dam, which is exactly what it sounds like, which is to say a massive turd of dirt combed against the river like a pompadour. The people in Hannah's stories didn't talk like my people, but they did talk like people. People uttering themselves alive, kowtowed by circumstance and talking their way, not so much out as out and about. When you live somewhere, you learn a shortcut, and that shortcut gets a nickname, and that nickname gets kicked around like a hacky sack. Nicknames beget nicknames, and names bear the load of older names, the way families frazzle strangers, which is a frazzlement that proves to us, even in oversized Sacramento Kings tank tops with illicit firecrackers, near kiddie pools in apartments that others might call motels, that part of belonging is frightening those who don't belong, and in so doing, seeing who can be counted on. Barry Hannah taught me to stop being so mopey about all that, and to realize that the names we learn in this world, for better or worse, are the names we call the world. It's no use trying to pretend you don't know where home is. The only lies worth anything are the ones that open you wider, crucified on the pier by the truth of the pier. Barry Hannah was a heart wrangler, a soothsayer, a white-hot pilot of knowing what a story's worth. Lots of I-40 and a little I-5 will get you kind of all the way between Oxford and Oroville. And there's only one Hannah story I know of, it's not even his best by a long shot, about a pathetic sharp dresser who went to California junior college. When I first read this story, I felt like Hannah had picked me up hitchhiking so he could A, make fun of my shoes, and B, blow my mind by translating perversity into testimony. That's the story I'm very humbled and happy to read for all of you from Airships, Coming Close to Donna. Fist fight on the old cemetery. Both of them want Donna, square off, and Donna and I watch from the Lincoln convertible. I'm neutral. I wear sharp clothes, and everybody thinks I'm a fag, though it's not true. The truth is, I'm not all that crazy about Donna, that's all. And I tend to be sissy of voice. Never had a chance otherwise. Raised by a dreadfully vocal old aunt after my parents were killed by vicious homosexuals in Panama City. Further, I'm fat. I've got fat ankles going into my suede boots. I ask her, say, what do you think about that, Donna? Are you going to be whoever wins his girlfriend? Why not? They're both cute, she says. Her big lips are moist. She starts taking her sweater off. When it comes off, I see she's got great humpers in her bra. There's a nice brown valley of hair between them. I can't lose, she says. Then she takes off her shoes and her skirt. There is extra hair on her thighs near her panty rim. Out in the cemetery, the guys are knocking the spunk out of each other's cheeks. Bare, Donna's feet are red and not handsome around the toes. She has some serious bunions from her weird shoes, even at 18. My age is 20. I tried to go to college, but couldn't sit in the seats long enough to learn anything. Plus, I hated English composition, where you had to correct your phrases. They cast me out like so much waste paper. The junior college system in California is tough. So I just went back home. I like to wear smart clothes and walk up and down Sunset Strip. That'll show 'em. By now, Donna is naked. The boys, Hank and Ken, are still battering each other out in the cemetery. I look away from the brutal fight and from Donna's nakedness. If I were a father, I couldn't conceive of this from my daughter. Warm me up, Vince. Do me. Or are you really a fag like they say? Not that much, I say. I lost my virginity. It was like swimming in a warm, oily room, rather pleasant. But I couldn't finish. I thought about the creases in my outfit. Come in me, you fag, says she. Don't hurt my feelings. I want a fag to come in me. Oh, you pornographic witch, I can't, says I. She stands up, nude as an oyster. We look over at the fight in the cemetery. When she had clothes on, she wasn't much to look at. But naked, she is a vision. She has an urgent body that makes you forget the crooked nose. Her hair is dyed pink, but her organ hair is not. We watch Hank and Ken slugging each other. They are her age, and both of them are on the swimming team. Something is wrong. They are too serious. They keep pounding each other in the face past what a human could take. Donna falls on her knees in the green tufted grass. She faints. Her body is the color of an egg. She fainted supine, titties and hair upward. The boys are hitting to kill. They are not fooling around. I go ahead in my smart bell-bottom cuffed trousers. By the time I reach them, they are both on the ground. Their scalps are cold. They are both dead. This is awful. They're dead, I tell Donna, whose eyes are closed. What? Says she. They killed each other, says I. Touch me, she says. Make me know I'm here. I thrust my hand to her organ. What do we do? Says I. She goes to the two bodies and is absorbed in a tender, unnatural act over the blue jeans of Hank and Ken. In former days, these boys had sung a pretty fine duet in their rock band. I can't make anybody come. I'm no good, she says. Don't be silly, I say. They're dead. Let's get out of here. I can't just get out of here. They were my sweethearts, she screamed. Do me right now, Vince. It's the only thing that makes sense. Well, I flung in and tried. Half a year later, I saw her in Hooper's, the pizza parlor. I asked her how it was going. She was gone on heroin. The drug had made her prettier for a while. Her eyes were wise and wide, all black, but she knew nothing except desperation. Vince, she said, if you'd come lay your joint in me, I wouldn't be lost anymore. You're the only one of the old crowd. Screw me, and I could get back to my old neighborhood. I took her into my overcoat, and when I joined her in the street, in back of a huge garbage can, she kept asking, tell me where it is, the cemetery. At the moment, I was high on cocaine from a rich woman's party. But I drove her, that is, took a taxi, to the cemetery where her lovers were dead. She knelt at the stones for a while, then I noted she was stripping off. Pretty soon she was naked, again. Climb me, mount me, fight for me, fuck me, she screamed. I picked up a neighboring tombstone with a great effort. It was an old thing, perhaps going back to the 19th century. I crushed her head with it. Then I fled right out of there. Some of us are made to live for a long time, others for a short time. Donna wanted what she wanted. I gave it to her.